Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, you just need that venomous tentacula.
Seems I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar. This must be it. This must be the cellar. Now to find that venomous tentacula. Lumos. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me.
What could be... Stop! Stop, bandit!
Better not let Mr. Lawley see me.
What could be stirring in the cellar?
Where is that venomous tentacula?
Reparo. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Levioso. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Levioso.
Over the whole house.
Levioso. Confringo. Accio. Expelliarmus.
Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes. Aloha Mora.
Any luck retrieving a certain friend of mine?
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
It wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your business acumen. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Revelio. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hog. These rocks have seen better days.
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet.
Revelio.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough dumb beasts for everyone. It could be useful if I wasn't on this.
Totalis.
Perhaps. Is it Lower Hogsfield or Upper Hogsfield?
Revelio. Totalis. The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Reparo. Revelio. Levioso. Confringo. That's that. Settled. Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock's loyalists. It's not right.
I couldn't help but overhear. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. Simply at my wit's end.
How did your brother Bardolph end up in St. Mungo's?
Bardolph had spent the entire day hand-picking herbs and roots for us. When a group of Ranrock's lot appeared and demanded the harvest for themselves, Bardolph refused. In their anger, they hurled him against the rock and robbed him. The moment he left St. Mungo's, he vowed revenge. I worry he may be dabbling in magic that he will one day regret.
I'm unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious. We should not have to live in fear. This is our home.
Revelio. It seems as though things are getting worse. Best be on my guard. Seems a pleasant enough little place. Hello, Hamora.
New instruments already Come now, don't be stingy.
Madame Beaumont, might I speak with you?
Yes? What about?
Mrs. Sprottle told me a little about your brother's disappearance.
Oh, dear Dorothy. She'd go looking for Bardolph herself if she could.
She mentioned dark magic in even the Ashwinders.
Despite my repeated warnings, Bardolph's been experimenting with dark magic near the edge of the forest. I thought perhaps he'd get it out of his system and it would gradually stop. But then one day, he didn't come home.
Is there anything your brother took with him that might help to track him down?
Only his satchel, journal, and a woolen jumper I knitted for him. That's all I can recall.
Could Bardolph have run off?
No, he'd never leave me here alone. He did speak of going to talk with Victor Rookwood. That worries me almost more than his attempts at mastering dark magic. Rookwood is as dangerous as Ranrock, in my opinion.
I'll let you know if I see or hear anything about him.
Thank you. How kind. I'd be so grateful to learn where he is. I know in my heart he's out there. Do be careful.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Bardolph, where are you?
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
to worry about. But if you don't fill up so much, you can actually go further. It's true. Eat a big meal, you'll be slowed down. Light, and you'll...
One of Ranrock's camps, exactly as Madame Beaumont described. Revenue.
Wizards are running scared, as they should be. Oh, how long for a bacon and mushroom stew?
Totalis.
Wizards are running scared, as they should be. Such arrogance. How nice of you to stop by. You will regret coming here. I'm a coward.
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio.
Bumblebee 5 feet.
Confringo.
I will make you.
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. You've one less follower, Ranrock. One camp down, one more to go. Revelio.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
No witch or wizard will be spared.
Revelio. Revelio.
The area's still clear, if anybody cares. There you are.
Rum, wine.
You've been paying attention.
Lovely.
You've defeated our encampment.
Expelliarmus. Levioso.
Who do you think you are?
Confringo.
It didn't take long.
Expelliarmus. Accio. Levioso. Confringo.
You are
Figure
I'll
That's embarrassing, isn't it? You're so very weak.
Expelliarmus.
I should have been.
I will make you pay. I won't rest until you're dead.
Confringo. Levioso. Accio. Expelliarmus. Both camps cleared. Madame Beaumont will be glad to hear that. Abandoned long ago, no doubt. Revelio. Revelio. Wonder who lives here.
I do miss the
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
I managed to catch them off guard.
When my brother returns, this news will mean the world to him. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sincerely.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. Revelio.
Everyone that a wizard's sharpest tool is his mind. Perhaps best to shun that which leads to stray.
Here.
Let's play.
You're the little sod that saved Treadwell. Let's get that goblin out back. Hopefully for remedy your corpse.
Potato.
I was about to get rid of this.
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Careful now. Where did it go?
Confringo. Accio. Expelliarmus. Potato. Expelliarmus. Leviosa. Accio. Confringo. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Somebody paid attention in defense against the dark
Leviosa.
class.
Accio. Potato. Revelio. Potato. Leave the hawk lumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sorona's box of letters. While I'm there, better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Potato! Confringo! Either I'll have to find that troll, or avoid it altogether. Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Defense! Revelio. Confringo. This must be Sirona's box of letters. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Point of toilet. Chips in the hat. Thank you.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand, and not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
I don't see myself doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my own operation work.
Expelliarmus! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Incendio! Is that Enfield wearing a woolly jumper? Incendio! Confringo! I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him. I know what that means. Merlin trial.
Revelio. Levioso. Accio. Confringo. Descendo. Reparo. Accio.
Not so tricky after all, Merlin. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
You've made Upper Hogsfield safer, and for that,
Madame Beaumont, I do have some news of your brother.
Oh, please tell me he's safe.
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd.
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No, this can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph!
I'd have bet my last galleon he'd been kidnapped, but turned into an inferious, poor man. And...
Come on, away.
Get over here, you insolent child!
Assignment's all finished. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Your little son.
Accio. Leviosa. Confringo.
Your acrobatics will only confound the idiots.
Leviosa. Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
How nice of you to stop by.
Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Accio. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Where's that goblin hell? Cynthia! That woman, isn't it? Rookwoods don't go down easy. Keep your body buying curses to yourself. And the
Careful, this one takes a punch.
Defender. Incendio.
Oh, chillin. Got me now.
Incendio. Defender.
You're really Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake.
Incendio. Incendio. Incendio.
Use Expelliarmus many times. Work on me.
Arresto momentum. Down. Incendio. Descendo.
I'll check your pockets up here.
Incendio.
You've come to the wrong place, child.
Incendio.
Expulso!
Finger. Descendo. Arresto momentum. Incendio.
Barely felt anything.
Expelliarmus. To get Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Leviosa. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Your poaching days are over. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Confringo. Accio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Leviosa. Confringo. 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 Expelliarmus.
Ugh. Shame you're so foul.
Be warned, whoever you are. Time to teach someone else.
Expelliarmus.
Student who really well.
Flash of inspiration. Expulso.
Confringo.
I'm gonna be talking.
See, we haven't acted one. Let's play hereditary prey, shall we?
Expelliarmus!
Incendio!
They say... Expelliarmus!
Let me out, so.
Accio!
The fucking snake! Let me out, so. Did you not get to cut it down?
Confrito!
Confrito!
Somebody pay attention in defense against the dark arts class.
Die before you have a chance.
You will not survive this fight! Confrito!
One less poacher in the wizarding world.
Stop right there!
Time to teach someone how to...
I think not. Might want to look up. You think you're so clever.
Expelliarmus!
Conductive, aren't we?
Still bad, that one.
Expelliarmus! You'll have to do better than that.
What do you do now? Not so tough now,
I did it. And an Ashwinder, no less.
You may be okay.
No more happy days for you.
Stupid fuck.
Amateur! Productor!
Expelliarmus!
Disarm my wand.
Stupid.
There are live babies here. Triticus is a coward.
Protego!
Well done. Incendio!
That's it. Expelliarmus. Protego.
Oh, it'll take more than that to slow me down.
You're going to regret that. That's mine.
Confringo.
Still no match for me.
Stop right there! You've made a mistake!
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
What the...
Confringo.
What have you done?
Pay for your deed.
Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Leviosa.
My what?
Confringo.
Too hard.
Expelliarmus.
That's mine! You tried casting Petrificus Totalis on me, and
It's shameful what you've done to helpless people. Expelliarmus.
You should never have...
You'll regret this for the rest of your life. Time to get my
Expulsion! Some sort of government on you. You'll pay for that. Expelliarmus? Expulsion! I hope you have your affairs in expulsion! Don't go down easy!
Expelliarmus.
What are you fools on? Careful. Flash with inspiration. Ugly fell. That was a mistake. Let me Expulso. Expelliarmus. I'm hopping around, Ringo.
Petrificus
Might want to look up. Confringo.
This has become personal.
Confringo. You think you're so clever, don't you? Expelliarmus.
Say your heart.
What's happening? Ripping a cocaine! Board! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus! Ready to scurry back to Hogwarts!
Let's play Predator and Prey, shall we?
Confringo! Incendio! Don't go down easy! No! Confringo! Expulso! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Levioso! Is this a battle or are we preparing a charitable Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
How nice to see you, my young friend.
wonderful to see you again.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort.
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a Wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvellous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I had no idea. How awful.
Last I heard, he'd gone to Romania. As rumour would have it, he developed a sudden interest in dragons. One can only hope he found more happiness working with them than he did with Flora. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your Wigan trees.
It didn't bother me. I swear.
Good. I'm sure they likely hadn't heard the house.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio.
Why don't you go and...
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Deke. Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howin said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along, then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh, it was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good. We have arrived. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
You got one!
Professor Howin will never believe this. Everything's all right now.
Revelio.
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Revelio. Who lived here, I wonder? Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin. Revelio. Confringo! Revelio.
Perhaps I shall scout around Fellcroft for something to poach.
Revelio.
One has to always keep an eye...
Nothing to poach in Arranshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me. Legs are far too brittle.
Mr. Dennis.
Just because I'm a poacher doesn't mean someone's here.
The beasts are safer now.
Nobody will miss one measly little student.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive beast.
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or simply wait a moment and they should return.
Would you mind talking a bit more about what it was like working for your former master?
Deke's master was not kind to beasts, or to Deke. He saw beasts only as a source of income, to be used for potion ingredients and labour, and... Deke will not say more. But Deke is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts and make amends for the things his master made him do.
Then I shall go and rescue a job and all.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
Levioso! Now, I'm only trying to help. Revelio. Levioso. I'll look after you. Levioso! There. I'm not going to hurt you. I rescued a job and all.
Deke hopes your job and all finds the knapsack nice and cosy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
What are you up to now?
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deke's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deke was the most fortunate one, as Deke was sent to Hogwarts. Deke's friends were not as fortunate.
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Levioso!
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Everything's all right.
Revelio!
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a mooncalf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the mooncalves dancing. It's a marvellous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready. There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready.